All right, so welcome everyone. This is On Track School's School Choice Scholarship Seminar for Florida families. My name is Tasha Renfro. I'm the Chief Operations Officer for On Track School. We've got some of our team members here, so I do see some familiar faces and names, so thank you to our On Track families for attending. And then also welcome all the new families. So we have Tracy Arico here. She is our school choice coordinator, and she's going to go into a little bit more detail once we get to that part of the presentation. We also have Teresa Ferry, who is our accounts receivable specialist, and she'll deal with you guys as well for any tuition, invoicing questions, etc. And I think there's some other team members that are going to be popping in. So we'll introduce them later, but we'll go ahead and get started. So a little background about On Track School. We've been around for a little over 20 years. Our founder and director, Andrea Lieb, started the school when her son was an amateur motocross racer, and just really, it took off. She was an educator, and her son was traveling the world trying to make it big in the motocross scene. So a lot of our staff actually have kids that race or do other sports that On Track's really able to support that lifestyle. We also support students that just need a flexible, supportive education, outlet. So that's what we're able to provide. So on the screen, you'll see our core mission and vision. We believe in pursuing an education is possible while chasing your dreams. And also that our shared mission is to make educational success achievable for everyone and every student. Core values our team has identified is family, passion, respect, integrity, and fun. And then you can see our beliefs down there: God, Pledge of Allegiance, school choice, obviously, that's why we're here. And then the need for students need to own their education, and we believe we are a community and together we can move mountains. So what sets us apart? We do a live orientation session paired with assignments and different tasks to navigate through all the different platforms that we use. We have live learning sessions where students can engage with an actual teacher as well as other students. And we'll talk a little bit more about that whenever we get into the scholarships and things, and how your school choice or how your Step Up for Student scholarship can apply towards all of these things that we offer at On Track School. We have a diagnostic as well to measure growth for our students. We use this program called Power Traits, where it's a learning profile assessment, and it helps us understand how your student learns as an individual and what we can do to support their learning. We're accredited by Cognia. We have different pathway options. So we have an asynchronous pathway, which is more tailored towards the school choice scholarships that Florida offers. But we also have built-in support to navigate those asynchronous pathways. We also have other pathways, such as our standard and advanced pathways. And then obviously we have scholarships and personal growth. So school choice, we have internal scholarships through external partnerships as well, in addition to the school choice scholarships. And then again, personalized support. You'll probably hear me talk about that a lot. So again, just different connection pieces. We have a homecoming in Alachua, Florida every year at an event called Mini O's. It's a amateur motocross athlete national event, but it's open. Our homecoming dance is open to everyone. Prom is at Loretta Lynn's mansion in Tennessee. Graduation ceremony is at Loretta Lynn's campground facility as well. We sponsor scholarship races for motocross athletes throughout the country. And then we have other events at the events listed above, but other events throughout the country as well. We go to BMX races, we go to NASCAR races. These are where all of our students are, and we try to provide opportunities for even the non-athlete to connect with different students throughout those events and during those events. A couple of programs that we also offer, again, the scholarship race opportunity. We have an apprentice program where students can shadow and connect with real world experiences, and then an ambassador program. So now we're going to get into the nitty gritty of what we're here for, and I'll turn it over to Tracy.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming tonight to watch this live, or for anybody who's going to watch this on the replay. We currently accept school choice scholarships in 7 different states, with an 8th one pending right now, being Texas. We have Arizona, Arkansas, Florida, Utah, Alabama, Tennessee, and soon Texas. Anyway, and one more. Hold on, let me think. West Virginia. Sorry, I'm looking. All the icons are on the right. Each one of these states is very different in the way they do things. Florida happens to be my expertise because I have 4 kids that have gone through these scholarships, or 3 out of my 4 have gone through scholarships in Florida, and 4 out of 4 do on-track school. So Florida is one of my favorites. It can be a little bit overwhelming at first. Once you get the hang of it, you're going to love it. It is a blessing. Any parent who has it can tell you that. It can be stressful at first until you get the swing of it, and we are here to make sure that it is a pretty easy and seamless process for you, or as much as possible. The most important things in Florida are deadlines. Unlike some states, Florida has a very strict timeline of when they accept applications. If you live in Florida right now, I would say make sure you try and get on this bandwagon. The minute it opens, get on these scholarship enrollment dates. And if you're considering moving to Florida, I would say as soon as you can get the correct paperwork in place to show residency, get that in. When they close these scholarships, that is it. You can move heaven and earth, and they are not going to reopen them. So open enrollment is going to be February 1st, 2026. It is expected to close in April 2026. Their date kind of fluctuates of when it's going to be in April. I think they've put out 1 or 2 dates in April so far. They change it around a bit, but it will be in April. So I would strongly suggest to get it in as soon as it opens. Anytime before April would be best. The earlier you get it in, the earlier you get an answer. Returning families will get priority on the spots, but they've never been known to fill all the spots during open enrollment. Florida offers 3 different scholarships. They're all under Step Up for Students. They're all school choice scholarships, or you may hear it called the voucher program. There is the PEP, which is the Personalized Education Program, which is just a fancy way of saying homeschoolers. This is people who choose to do their schoolwork at home. Unique abilities. This is for children with some sort of disability. It can be a physical disability, a learning disability. It can be a wide range of things. It does not necessarily require an IEP or a 504. It can be a doctor's note. It can be a lot of things. We have parents call and say, my child has ADD, I really don't want to, or I won't have time to get an IEP before the deadline. What can I do? We would strongly suggest that you see your doctor or pediatrician, see if they will write a qualifying letter for you to be able to apply in the time frame. Unique abilities generally is a longer enrollment period. They guarantee open enrollment from February through April, or into April. However, we have seen this reopen. Even in this past year, it has reopened into, I believe it closed November 14th this year. That is not a guarantee. They don't have to open it again. If they run out of money and the funding is gone, it will close out. So whether you're applying for PEP or UA, I would suggest getting it in as soon as you possibly can. The other scholarship on there is called Educational Option. It's the EO scholarship. I hate to even say the word in here because we cannot accept it. We have had families that have been awarded the EO scholarship, and we have to tell them that we cannot accept it. An EO scholarship is for a brick and mortar private school. So a local school in your area can accept an EO. We cannot. So if you're looking for a brick and mortar school, that is the one you want. But if you're in here, I'm going to guess that you don't want to go to a physical location. And for that, you will want to be on PEP or UA, whatever one fits your child the best. Let's see. Okay. So there's different eligibility requirements for all of these scholarships. From here on out, I will really only be discussing PEP and UA as those are the only two that apply to our school. Again, doctor's notes, qualifying letter for UA, IEP is perfectly acceptable, 504. Our school works with all of that. We have a wonderful program to help with any children with learning disabilities as well as mainstream students. The payout structures are a bit different. Everything is paid out on a quarterly basis. So you're going to see those payments come through. For PEP, it's going to be 4 payments. You're going to get paid each quarter. There will be a payout. For UA, it could be a little bit different. If you do not get approved in that first funding window, UA can qualify you for second quarter funding, third quarter, things of that sort, depending on when your application is submitted and approved. But it always pays out quarterly. There are also, like I said, potentially different deadlines. I would stick in that February to April window, so you are guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed beyond April. While UA will potentially reopen, you want to solidify it in that first window. There are, let's see, hold on. Let me scroll down a little bit. Okay, so the application process. This is pretty step by step. It really is a pretty black and white process. The one thing we do find with Florida is while we are a private virtual school, what we offer Florida is a homeschool program. That's what we have to do for Florida. There's a lot of bonuses to being in our program in Florida. There is a lot that is given to our students that families find to be very helpful. The first thing you're going to do is create an EMA account. You're going to go to Step Up for Students, go to their website, and that's what they call their account for all of the kids or all the families in general that are applying. You'll go to that apply login at the top. You'll create what they call an EMA account. And from there, you are going to figure out, first of all, what application is best for you to fill out, UA or PEP. You will create your account. You will fill out the application. I would encourage you to make sure you have all necessary documents prepared when you do this application. It doesn't take a whole lot. It can be done fairly quickly, and it will walk you through everything you need. Proof of residence is pretty black and white. They have a list on the website of what is approved and what is not approved. You may have to upload more than one document for proof of residency. And I'm not really sure what this application will ask for this year as far as financial information. Just to give everyone an idea, because a lot of people are under the impression that this is based on your family's finances, and it is not. Where you are as far as getting accepted is weighed on that, but not their overall decision, meaning that low income will always have the spots before anybody else. So if you are a lower income family, you have right away on those spots. I have never seen them max out these spots once again. So don't be discouraged by it. But the proof of income is not because they're going to say you don't make enough or you make too much and we can't accept you. It's only to decide where you will fall in the process of getting approved. From there, you are going to submit your application. It can feel like a lifetime until you hear back. Just remember they're filling thousands and thousands and thousands of spots. They're going through thousands of applications. They're going through renewals. It's a lot on their end too. It is a game of patience for sure to hear that you've been approved. Keep an eye on your email. If they need more information, they're going to email you. Don't wait for a phone call. It more than likely will not come. It's all going to be through email or through your EMA account. So I would say make a habit of every few days, make sure you check your email, search for certain senders, add them to your address book so it doesn't go to spam. Check your spam folders at first and keep an eye on that EMA account. They will communicate with you through there. You'll see status updates through there. After you complete your application, you can go into EMA and fill out your SLP. That's what they call it. It is just short for Student Learning Plan. We have parents who lose sleep over this. What do I write in it? How much time do I tell people? It's multiple choice. You just go in and click what applies to you and your child, hours that you plan to spend with them working on certain subjects. It is very basic and extremely easy to do. You can finish the SLP in under 5 minutes. So don't panic over that. It's very simple to do. Let's see. Okay, so your status is going to, I'm sorry. So after you've done your application, you've filled out your SLP, and make sure you fill out the SLP because they will not approve without it, or they reserve the right not to approve without it. Then you're going to wait for approval. And when you go into your EMA account, you'll see that the status will change several times. When you first fill out the forms, it's going to say submitted next to your student's name. After that, it will switch to approved if you have been approved and you've provided everything they need. And then the last step you'll wait to see is funded. So after you see it go to the approved status, you're going to withdraw from your local county school district. To do that, you will need to send a letter of intent. This can be done through email, standard mail, in person, however you choose to do it. We strongly urge you to keep a copy of this letter of intent for your records. I chose to do it through email, so if there was ever a question, I could pull up the email. It has the timestamp on it, and I can show when it was submitted. Failure for them to receive this letter of intent could result in being terminated from the scholarship. If it's not caught until after it's been paid back, you can be required to return funds. So that letter of intent is very, very important. It's telling the county that your funding will no longer go to your child locally at a public school and that the funding is going to be used through scholarship. So this is very important. And they definitely keep an eye on that. I can tell you we've had a few students who did not get that letter of intent in and they did not see the funding come through as a result of it or delayed funding as a result of it. And as we discussed, the status will change. So keep an eye on it. Approved, awarded, funded. Your account is not fully in effect and it is not able to be used until that status reads funded. So that is the most important thing for you to be looking for on that application, on your EMA account. I apologize. Okay. Scholarship funds are paid out quarterly. And after you get that funding update, it'll say funded, you will then gain access to the marketplace. The marketplace is going to be where you can go in and pay directly to approved vendors, approved schools, approved items that are in the marketplace. Now, if you are on UA, the Unique Abilities Scholarship, that allows you to purchase things that PEP does not allow you to purchase. So UA has the broadest range of items that you are allowed to purchase through Marketplace or in general. UA can cover many things based on what score they give you for the disability. I don't really understand how the score system works because I don't do that for a living, but they will give your student a score based on the disability that you are saying that they are currently dealing with. After you get access to that marketplace, you can go in and look through all the vendors that are approved, the supplies that are approved, everything else. After the status switches to funded, you're also going to notice that you will not have immediate access to Marketplace. The access to Marketplace, even after funded, can take anywhere from 24 hours to a week. So it takes a minute for the system to register that you have been funded, you have the money, and opens up that access to Marketplace. So if you get funded and a few days later you still can't get in there, it is completely normal. You don't have to sit on hold with the state for hours on end. Just give it a few days and it should open up. We have never had a problem with it not opening up. In the state of Florida, to use your funds, you do have two options. You can use direct payment through Marketplace to approved providers or reimbursements to families for approved items. On Track School is an approved provider for Florida, meaning that if you go to On Track School and you want to pay your tuition or pay whatever bill you have with us, you can go right into the marketplace. You can log into your On Track account and you will select what you're paying for. If your child is in second grade, you can select second grade quarterly tuition payment. You click a button and it immediately withdraws it directly from your scholarship money. So there's no money out of pocket, which is a blessing to so many. We all know what things cost nowadays. So anytime you don't have to lay money out of pocket, that is a huge help. So we are a direct payment provider through them. They also allow reimbursements though.
Tracy, can I
Yes.
add something real quick to that? A question that we get a lot too is when you do select the direct pay option, you go into Marketplace, you select the bundle that you'd like to pay for. It automatically adds tax according to your county. So it will take that out. It might look different than maybe what we've talked about, but we have to adjust that on the back end. They're moving into a new system, so we're going to see how that works and if we can kind of get away from that, and that way the funds aren't held up in your account until we approve it, and then they approve it, and etc. So just so you're going to see tax, but we don't accept the tax. We have to adjust it on the back.
Yes, good point, Tasha. And after we accept the payment on the On Track end, the tax is returned to your scholarship money immediately. Like the minute we accept it, it will immediately reflect on your end in Marketplace too. So let's say it adds on $60 in tax. As soon as we approve that payment, 60 is back reflecting in your scholarship amount that is available. Thank you for covering that because that is one of the most asked questions. Okay, as far as reimbursement rules go, let's say you would like to purchase something. UA allows you to purchase electronics. Let's say you're under UA scholarship, you would like to purchase your child a laptop or a printer or something. If you don't want one that is listed in the marketplace, you can go purchase that on your own. You may find a better deal than what they have in marketplace. You are able to make that purchase, save your receipts, save all necessary documents, and you can upload them to your EMA account under reimbursements, so they will get it back to you. I will give you this little tip. Whenever filing for a reimbursement, give them all the material you can possibly think of. Any paperwork you have on this purchase, whether it be a credit card statement or a screenshot, a bank screenshot, receipt of the laptop, information on the laptop, submit it all. The state has up to 60 days to reimburse you for that money. If on the 59th day they decide that they would like some more documentation on this purchase, you are now back in another 60-day window. So always give them more information. I give them everything but a bag of chips when I submit for reimbursement because you'd rather them have everything they need than need more. But these are two great options. It is amazing that they have these direct payment options, and equally as good that they have reimbursements for items that may not be in Marketplace. Okay, another thing with the reimbursements, we just found this today with one family, so it's very important to keep in mind. You are only able to get a reimbursement for something that was purchased while your scholarship was active. So if your scholarship became active on August 1st, but you made a payment on July 1st and you're trying to get reimbursement for whatever you purchased on July 1st, it will be rejected. If it's August 1st or after, it should be approved. So the only time you are going to get reimbursements is after that scholarship is active. They look at it as this is when you were approved for it, this is when the money was there, and now you can get approved for it. We have Miss Teresa in here, and she will tell you that we have dealt with this a few times, even today. This happens. Just make sure that whatever you purchase for reimbursement is after the scholarship is already active and funded. Florida has a rollover policy. Your policy, whatever your leftover funds are, will roll over into the next school year. And this funding stays good for up to 3 years post-graduation. The only concern with me saying that is post-graduation rollovers are subject to change. So as of right now, there is no issue with rolling over from school year to school year. If your child doesn't use, let's say, $500 or $600 out of the scholarship in second grade, that rolls over to third grade, and so on and so forth. And it can keep stacking every year. If you roll over 500 every year, you're going to have a little nest egg built up in there by the time you get to senior year. So as of right now, you can continue using that funding on all approved items in Marketplace or anything that's an approved expense 3 years post-graduation. But I do tell people, please have a plan in place. Last year, it was on the chopping block to end that. It did not get approved, so seniors were able to roll that over. It is on the chopping block again this year, so we never really know what's going to happen. It seems as of right now that it's very secure that you can roll it from year to year while in K through 12. But anything after 12th grade graduation it's subject to change, but as of this moment, it's secure for 25-26 school year. And I think the most important thing that I can tell anyone, I know that Teresa and Tasha would agree with this, is Florida has some tricky things that they look at on an application. And while we are a private curriculum, private virtual school, private homeschool, however it is said in the state of Florida, the moment you write private on that application, private school, private virtual school, anything, they are going to put you on an EO scholarship, which we cannot accept here at OnTrack. The most important thing I can say to you is if you are planning on coming to OnTrack, and we really hope to keep whoever is here already and hopefully get some new families join us, homeschool is all you want to put on that application. Anytime it's asking what you plan to do, homeschool, 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 nothing private, no virtual school, homeschool. Only write homeschool on that application. I can't tell you how many families we had calling us in tears this school year. They filled out what they thought was the renewal application. They wrote private homeschool, private virtual school, whatever it is they put, and it switched them to EO. And sadly, there's nothing we could do. That was it. They they were stuck on the EO scholarship. And not that it's a bad scholarship, it is great if that's what you're looking to use it for, a brick and mortar school. But if you are looking to do on track, you need to have PEP or UA. So I just strongly urge you, anytime, any question as to what you're going to do with this money, what type of schooling you're going to follow with your children, anything like that, homeschool is what you want to write. And if you're taking any notes from this scholarship, if you have that PEP or UA scholarship, we can help you with anything from there forward. If you have EO, our hands are truly tied. It breaks our heart to see that we can't get them switched over, and there's really not much we can do in 99% of the cases. But be sure to put homeschool on all these applications, and that should put you in the right direction. When you're filling out this application come February 1st or any time in that window, you are welcome to reach out to me personally or anyone at On Track. They can guide you, direct you, or direct you to me, and I can guide you and direct you the best I can. This is my contact information. If you want to take a picture of it or screenshot it, write it down, whatever is easiest for you. This is all I do at On Track. I only handle scholarship families. So I am more than happy to, if I don't know what you need help with, I will find the answers the best I can. We do work hand in hand with Step Up. We work with the highest level directors there. We do everything we can to get all the information to our families. We attend conferences, we sit through meetings, we're on phone calls. We want to know everything that's going on to be able to help all of you and any new families coming in, anybody who's considering it. So we really go above and beyond to get any information we can get for you. Again, this is my contact information to get me directly. And this is the school's contact information here. Miss Tasha, Miss Teresa, everyone else at On Track, they're all amazing. Everybody on staff is the most helpful people you'll meet. This is the QR for our Facebook page. This brings you to all of our school choice information. This page is solely dedicated to our school choice scholarship families. You can post questions there. We try and post updates there. As the ball gets rolling here, we will post more and more dates. And yeah, I think that about sums it up. Florida really, their requirements, the enrollment window is the most involved part of the process. After you get through that enrollment window, you're really in good shape after this gets approved for your family. The other requirement that they ask for is an end of the year evaluation, test evaluation. And where children who are not in On Track have to go purchase the test, do the research, purchase the test, administer the test, do all of that. On Track automatically administers these tests to every student in the school. So at the end of the year, you will have your test results that you need to upload to your EMA account. And by uploading that test result at the end of the year, it's just a way for the state to see that the kids are working, they're learning, and they're headed in the right direction. So it's another thing you don't have to worry about if you're at On Track. That is all done for you, and our amazing team makes sure that it's in your email before you need it.
Well, thank you, Tracy, and thank you everyone for attending. Again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Let me know if you need me to pop those other two, the contact information back up on the screen. If not, you can always go to our website, ontrackschool.com, and make sure you reach out, follow us on that Facebook group, and hopefully we'll see more of you this year. Thanks,
Yes.
everybody.
Can I ask a quick question now or no?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Ask a question.
So even if you say you move to Florida in May, is that period still closed?
For PEP, yes. For UA, not necessarily. They guarantee that this enrollment is open from February through or into April. They will, I'd like to say
Mhm.
they're going to post a definite date in April soon, but they had one up and then it changed, and now I'm not sure what it's at now. I think they kind of mess around with it based on the numbers that are coming in, but it is guaranteed to close in April for PEP. UA is expected to close in April, and if I remember correctly, they did close it in April and then reopened it. So there is, there's a good chance that UA will either continue to stay open or reopen again. But PEP, I definitely do not see it being open past whatever date they say. They are really strict on that one.
And then I have another question. So if we're already in a homeschool program, so I have a withdrawal letter from brick and mortar from when we went to this homeschool program. Um, do I have to get a letter from the homeschool program to if we're,
No, not necessarily. So, let me just ask, do you live in Florida now or you're planning on moving here?
well, I'd like to,
Okay.
just because actually this is a great benefit in Texas right now. And where I live, I pay like tax on in two different school taxes for two different towns. Plus, I have to pay, yeah, like totaling like $6,000 a year. And then I don't even go to those, my kids don't even go to those schools. And then I have to pay, a couple $100, like almost $500 a month per total for this program. And I get nothing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
this is just such a good program. But anyhow,
Florida is an
yeah,
amazing program.
Texas.
So let's just say you moved here in open enrollment window. It's not that you need, um, it's not that you necessarily need the withdrawal from your homeschool for this application. What you're going to do is if you move to Florida and let's say you move to Volusia County, the minute you move to Volusia County, they're counting your children as spots for school funding. So what you would do is you would write to Volusia County Board of Education or whatever their county office is, and you would say, I am withdrawing my child from Volusia County schools, or my child will not be attending Volusia County schools. They are going to be on the Florida Step Up for Students, PEP or UA scholarship. And that's just to tell the state not to count your child for an academic funded spot in Volusia County and that the money will be coming through Step Up. So kind of just saves
And
the
then,
time. Mhm.
yeah, thank you. And then the last question is, so if I have multiple children, is that I just have to do one application for all of them? Is that correct? Or do I do three applications for three kids?
You know, okay, so I have not done a full application process in 3 years. This will be 4 years when it started, and I have heard it has changed quite a bit. Originally, it was, I believe, all the kids on the same application. And I know the renewal, they call it a renewal. It's not really a renewal, but the refresh at the end of every year is both of the kids, my remaining school kids, on the same application. So I don't want to tell you that for sure because they do change things every year. We see so many changes, but I have a feeling it's all a household
Okay,
application.
thank you. And apparently, my son is pretty good friends with your daughter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, ask her about Cabe if
Okay, I
she
will.
knows. Yeah, because I had mentioned it, and she's like, "Oh, that's my mom. That's my friend's mom."
Oh, that's nice. Nice.
She's the one that walked in, and I was like, "Is that your friend's mom?" He's like, "Yeah,
Oh, that's nice. I'll have to ask her for sure, for
yeah,
sure. Yeah, no,
yeah."
Florida
I
is an
think
amazing program. I mean, the your payouts in the state of Florida change based on grade level and what county you live in. So, like for instance, you're looking to see somewhere between 7,000 to $8,500 per PEP student and you're looking, the average for a UA student is around 10,000. That's average. Now, I was just on the phone with someone earlier. They received 9,400 and some odd dollars. But I've talked to parents also who are over, $12,000. So it's based on that score they give for the disability with UA, but PEP is there's a rare few cases where it's a big spike. I think there's 2 counties that pay out a significant amount more, and that can all be looked up online. Every year we do see the funding go up a bit though. So a little more every year. So I think probably looking at about 100 more every year is what we've seen per student.
It's man, I wish that was for Texas too.
I know, I know.
But I'm just we'll see what happens. But yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I can figure out something.
Yeah, Texas does have some things coming up, and we have one of these open houses for Texas. It's not looking like quite the same amount to start, but there's every state has a little something different. Florida is excellent. There's no two ways about it. I mean, every state comes with their own little challenges, but Florida is great also because you have other things you can cover. Some states don't allow you to cover some sports bills where Florida does. Tutoring sessions, UA allows electronics, PEP doesn't, but my fingers are crossed that they switch that this year. Every year they vote on that too. So every state has something. But yeah, I mean, I'm in Florida, so Florida I kind of know like the back of my hand.
Did you ever get to talk to the Allisons at Underground? Because the Winter Series race is this weekend, so I'm going to be there. I'll probably see
Yes, we did.
Allison or Steve Allison. The wife is Allison. Allison. That's her
Yeah,
first and last one.
yes, I did speak to Allison, and On Track has been in communication with a few outlets out of Texas, so we're doing everything we can there. We want Texas bad, so bad, so we'll see.
Yeah, because that's where I'm at am if I'm going to a training facility because it's an hour from my house. So if it would be at Underground, maybe I'll just mention it. Try to put in a good word
Sure.
for them.
Yeah, thank you.
Tracy, real quick, I just want to make sure I'm not misquoting this, but there's a chat in the a chat question about the scholarship. Is it based on income at all? And I think you said no. Is that correct?
Yeah, your approval or denial is not based on income. It's just that they do, let's say they get to a point where they're running low on funding, lower income will always have the right of way if that's the case.
Okay, great. And then to everyone, if you go to, there's some really great resources. I'm going to screen share again. Hold on a second. Oh my gosh, if I can get my thing to work. But oh my gosh, I cannot get this to work for some reason. There's when you go to this website, it's stepupforstudents.org. And you go to, I believe it's resources, and you want to find the handbook, or no, this isn't how I went to last time. But if you can find the parent handbook, it actually lists out, it has a checklist of documents that you're going to need, kind of a checklist of things to prepare for whenever you're going to do the application. So I would encourage you to go on this website and find their handbook. It was pretty easy for me to find last time. So I think you just kind of click into, for example,
yes. They took it down the other day and I thought they were updating it, but then I did see it again. They may be updating.
Yeah, parent handbook. Can you guys see that? Am I still screen share this tab?
Yeah.
So here's the parent handbook, and then it, obviously there's an index, but I saw in here there was like a little chart. Now this is this school year's parent handbook, but I can imagine it'll be very similar. So
there it is.
Yeah, household members is kind of the priority.
You can
or
probably
no
search.
priority. Yeah, I'll plug it. Now, again, this is for this year, so I don't know, if you would need to reference that 100%, but it's something to get familiar with at least. So hopefully that's
And
helpful
we
for you
also
guys.
we do encourage you to join that school choice scholarships Facebook page, because I can tell you myself personally, I have gotten some of the best answers from speaking to other parents who are looking for the
Mhm.
same questions, answers to questions that I am. And there's when you have so many people who are going through this experience, it's helpful to speak to other parents, sometimes even more so. So we do encourage you to join that. Do you?
Yeah. And then, yeah, Tracy, do you see the
Yes.
other questions in there
Yeah.
from Saskia? So,
Yes. Hi, Saskia. Hi.
you're
You do not have to send a letter of intent every year when you reapply. It's just the first time you're going to send that letter of intent, and then they will have that on record. And then if you choose to leave the scholarship, then that will come with its own set of requirements. And I don't know what they are because I don't plan on leaving. So,
And
but
then, so the renewal process, though, Tracy, is a lot easier than the initial application process. Is that
yeah.
correct?
It has
Okay.
been. Yes, it has been really, really, really fast for us. I mean, I think in about 10 minutes I have renewal applications done. Um, they
And
say
where,
renewal, just don't get caught up in the word renewal, because we have families that have been on PEP for several years and they think it's renewal, so they're just renewing PEP. It's not really, it's a renewal application, but it's not renewal for the scholarship you're on. And that's why I stress to make sure you only write homeschool, because people feel comfortable, oh, I'm on a PEP scholarship, I'm going to renew it, and they think they're automatically staying on that homeschool scholarship. That's not necessarily the case. The application is a renewal. They're renewing, making sure everything is still up to date, same address, everything else. But I can't stress enough, make sure homeschool on that application, because they will switch you real quick.
and Tracy, will they find that in their Emma account, or will they have to go back through this same process appear, or will they get an email?
So for
Like
first
what
time
can they expect for renewals?
oh, okay, for people renewing scholarship, I believe, well, I know they send about 100 emails. It should say it in your EMA account, and you should also, yes, it will say it in your EMA account, because they'll have you log in, so this way they can see that you are a family that is already under scholarship.
Okay.
So, and
Um,
Saskia, I see you trying to talk, but I don't know if you're talking to us. If you are, you're on mute. So if you have a question, just let us know.
I am talking to you guys. Can you hear me now? Hi.
Yes. Hi.
Thank you. So I use my existing EMA account, basically, is what I was asking.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Use your same one. Yeah. Yep. Just like I said, be careful. Make sure homeschool,
Yeah,
homeschool only, nothing private virtual, private school, nothing, just homeschool on that application.
okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good to
This
see your
was very,
face.
yeah, this was very informative. Thank you so much.
Good. Good. You're welcome.
Tracy, this next question is about the letter of intent for her child's been in private school for 4 years, going to high school next year. Does she still need to send a letter of intent, even though they've been in private school for years already? So I guess if you're trying to switch to on track in a virtual setting, yes, you would, because you would need to switch your scholarship category altogether. So if you currently have EO, you would still need to do a letter of intent, and then you would need to apply for
Yeah.
either UA or PEP.
Yes, that's correct. And again, if you're ever wondering, should I send it or shouldn't I? To me, they're very strict on getting they don't ask for a whole lot. They ask for an application, they ask for you to send the letter of intent, they ask for the student learning plan, which is easy peasy, and they ask for that those end of the year test results. That's it. Really four major things. So I would say if you're ever questioning it, do it. You'd rather do it and have it done than not do it, lose the scholarship, not get the funding. It creates as you all know, because I know you've all dealt with some state at some point. Dealing with the state is a lot of work, and it's not, speed is not necessarily their strong point all the time, especially when they have a lot of parents that have things going on. So yes, definitely send in a letter of intent. Keep a copy or record that it was sent, just so you know that it was sent. You have proof of it if it ever came back to bite you. And I think that's it. I know that sometimes even myself, after I leave meetings like this, I think, oh, I should have asked this, or I should have asked that, or you'll think of things as time goes on. Again, you all saw our contact. Please feel free to reach out anytime. You're not bothering us. We're happy to help answer as many questions as we can. The website also does give a ton of information. The websites are a little strange right now in every state because 2025-26 school year is still running, but the schools and scholarships are going to, 26, 27. So it can be a little difficult right now as you read things and take notes and, do it all. Make sure it's saying 26, 27. Things can change from 25 to 26. I'm sorry, from the 25 school year to the 26 school year. So just make sure that you're looking at documents for the right time frame, and reach out with any questions. That number right there, that's direct to me, and you can call, you can text, whatever is easiest for you. We'll do our best to guide you in the right directions or get you the answers or whatever we can do. And I think that's it, unless you guys have something else to add over there. Otherwise, should be all set.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you for coming and listening to me ramble on.
Thank you. Wisdom